I am an innovator. I am an artist. I am an individual.
I am an innovator.
I am an artist.
I am an individual.
I am an innovator.
An innovator.
I am an artist.
Artist.
I am an individual.
私は特別 an individual.
I am an innovator. I am an artist. I am an individual.
我是个体。
I'm an individual. Innovator.
An artist.
I'm an individual.
The founders of Mid-Pacific were visionary in their own way in a very interesting time. Mid-Pacific came out of the idea that when you have multiple cultures come together on purpose, the sharing of ideas and the sharing of a better day because of a diversity of thought, great things can come out of the mix. And out of that really came Mid-Pacific Institute. And Mid-Pacific Institute, I think, today is as invested in that vision as it was over 100 years ago. And that's why I think we're a very special place.
This school has been part of a project called Schools of the Future. And they not only have been one of our most successful schools in terms of integrating technology and project-based learning and performance-based assessment into classrooms, but they've had an influence on many other schools because they've been a model.
You're in a school that from top to bottom, everywhere around the school is innovation. Mid-Pacific is like, this is it. This is what we need to hold out there so that people understand what really engaged, relevant learning is. Life is like what you do here. Innovation is like what you do here. But the opportunity here is not just to help the kids that are here, but to be a beacon across your city, across your state, across the rest of the country that says this is a way to do it, that we can answer those questions. We can say why kids are so excited to be in school because they're actually learning things of consequence.
That looks like a sucker, but that's actually the growing thing.
I find that at this school it's very easy to join that welcoming community.
The teachers here are really nice and they're welcoming, and it's like you connect with them and you create a bond with them.
I mostly found facts about it too because on the other ones it shows.
We know that society has changed dramatically, the world of work has changed dramatically. So for us, we want to make sure that we're keeping an eye on those changes and making sure that our educational model fits those changes appropriately.
We're all focused now on creating a learning environment that does include things that are 21st century skills, like collaboration, problem solving, critical thinking, and this kind of inquiry, project-based learning that we see every day is so exciting because you see even young children going way beyond what you thought developmentally possible.
Deepening our approach to inquiry means really adopting a mindset that encourages a disposition towards thinking about the world, about developing a curiosity for the world, asking questions.
Mid-Pacific has partnered with faculty members of the Harvard Graduate School of Education who have started an initiative called the Research Schools International Network. So as one of the schools in that network, teachers and faculty engage in research that supports improved instructional practice or generally improves students' experience at school. Mid-Pacific actually happens to be the only school in the western part of the United States, and it serves as sort of a central hub for schools in the Asia-Pacific region.
I think that this is the ultimate global awareness-oriented institution I've seen, and the vision behind the Mid-Pacific Institute approach was for us of the utmost interest.
Something that's really stood out
for me at Mid-Pacific is the ethical curriculum. It seems to be really strong. It was really important to me in choosing the school as a partner. They have a strong character education program in the early grades, and you see it throughout as a thread.
We're small enough to provide that sense of community, that sense of ohana, and that sense of belonging, while at the same time being large enough to provide our children with as many opportunities as we possibly can.
We talk a lot at Mid-Pacific about the 21st century learning skills, communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and the arts have been teaching those skills for thousands of years. When you're studying an art, you're not just studying the art, you're studying in theater how to work as a group, in visual art how to communicate an idea through something other than words, which means you have to have a much clearer idea of what you're trying to communicate than if you're just speaking.
Because the scope of opportunities of what is offered here, there's no reason why a child cannot find their passion while here at Mid-Pacific.
The athletic program fields over 85 teams, boys and girls, and most of the teams are coached by some of the best coaches in the state. And so, for an incoming student athlete, can be pretty confident that they're going to have a great athletic experience.
It teaches them responsibility, it teaches them goal setting, dedication. We're teaching the complete student. We're not just focused on athletics, that we're focused on academics as well as sportsmanship as well as community service. So we're putting out a well-rounded student.
For Lefra, diving stop, sensational play, and he saved a run, maybe two.
Having an innovation officer goes to show you what we're trying to achieve here. I think it's critical to support the tech programs that we have.
It's an incredibly powerful platform because more than anything it's dynamic, and so it's adapting as we're using it to fit the kinds of learning situations that we're in.
So right now we're standing in the Weinberg. Students are working in pods, they're not working in cubicles or desks, and it's spread out, open air. Teachers teach in these areas, which is kind of unique in the sense that they're not boxed into a classroom, but they're in this open space, atrium type environment, which lends itself well to collaboration and innovation.
What was fascinating was when we brought colleges in, almost immediately they said to us, oh yeah, we get this. This is the kind of learner we want. Oh, we see students are working independently. Oh, they're learning to work in groups. Oh, they're designing their own projects. Oh, they're getting their own resources. Yeah, these are what our college students need to be able to do to survive in our school. And that affirmation changed the conversation on our campus and with other folks. And so now it's been more a case of what are the most powerful ways we can use that space to support the learning we want to see. A typical kid you meet is in student government, and they're in a play, and they're doing a sport, and they're in 3 AP courses or an IB program. And so they end up with a very diverse portfolio, which we really know enriches what they can look at as themselves as future learners.
We'll give them the skills. You look at any of the academic work that we're doing, my goodness, yes, of course they'll have that. But are they good, solid persons? Do they have a sense of morals and ethics? Can they make the hard decisions? Will they be able to do that in life? That's where it makes a big difference.
School should be hard. It's healthy to come up against the wall because kids actually can always do much more than they think they can do. And to underestimate them and to not give them those challenges would be a real disservice. We get surprised by them every day. It's even better when we watch them surprise themselves.
And there's your champions, and look at this celebration.
When I look at graduation and I see students walk across the stage, I see stories, I don't see products. And so knowing where they come from and what they're about is most important to me. But I would want them to know that that's also what we're about, that furthering of them, that looking inside themselves, self-reflection, producing a better version of themselves, not something prescriptive. That can be hard to process. We're in a world where people want to buy an outcome, and we are not a school that says, at the end of this, you're going to be something from box A or box B or box C. We're going to say, this is you. You're the outcome.
I am an innovator.
I am an artist.
I am an individual. I am an individual.
I am an innovator. I'm an artist. I am an individual.
I am an innovator.
I am an artist.
I am an individual.
We are Mid-Pacific.